This stretcher, we located the position when we marked it with this jig. We just line it up with our pencil marks. Nothing critical about this location. It's just a stretcher for our doors to hit upon if we have pair doors. Next, we want run staple through the back nailer to tie the nailer to the stretcher. One in the center, and then flank it equal distances. Slide the box to the other side of the assembly table and pre-bore it for our screws with a number 6 countersink. One screw in the center of the nailer and back stretcher, and at the front of the mid stretcher, and 4 across the bottom of the deck on a vanity. And we use a 1.5 inch number 6 screw. Different people use different sizes of screws depending on their preference. I like these air drills for the speed. And of course, where we've done the stapling and where we've done the countersinking, we've got some little high spots, and we'll knock those off with a sander and flip the box and do the other side the same way. Many of the True32 practitioners will use a construction boring drill and pre-bore 3mm holes from the other side to locate these, and then use the self-tapping screw. As we finish up this cabinet, we're going to move it to a conveyor that will transfer it to the hardware area, where we'll put the hinges on the doors and assemble the drawers and put the hardware on the doors and drawers and actually place them in the cabinets and shrink wrap it and load it on the trailer. Alright, as those cabinets go back to the hardware area and are hardwared, we'll continue to build boxes. Here we have a sink cabinet which has a false front and a pair of doors below it, so we'll mark for the hinge location on each end panel. These cabinets will go much quicker than the 3-drawer stack, so there's not as many components involved. Place the end panels on the assembly area. Same thing for the deck. We're working on cabinet number 2. So we find that deck. Again, if we pull it straight out, we can drop it down and it's already oriented correctly to place these skids into the 15mm holes we drilled earlier. Again, we want to orient the flat face toward the front of the cabinet with a tab hanging out over the edge. That tab is what actually supports the cabinet end panel, transfers the weight from the countertop to the floor. And we'll hold our first staple back approximately 70mm from the front edge, so we leave room for our screws. 4 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch crown staples. This here will notch the PVC edge band to allow the back to go in. And our nailers for cabinet number 2 and our base sink rail. Back for cabinet number 2. Just flush the back up to the bottom of the cabinet. Tack it in square and then really staple it good. Check the cabinet for square. You can gently pull it into position if it's out a little. Base sink rail is the part we'll actually attach our false front to. Again, we slide the cabinet to the other side of the table. Pre-bore for our screws. Again, we sand and knock the high spots off of the nails and staples. And as we finish this cabinet, we will go back and actually do some of the assembly ourselves. Some have been being hardwared while we were doing on this. Gonna now hardware our doors. Insert the hinges into the hinge cup holes. Put our bumper pads on. Go ahead and prepare them for bumpers. Here the doors just snap onto the hinge plates. If everything has been done correctly, this is a very quick process. And we have some very simple little jigs for our false fronts, just to locate the front itself. Then we use a 1.25" self-tapping screw to attach these. I like to get them started first. And this just holds your false front into position while you run your screw. Just center your panel side to side. That cabinet is ready to wrap. Shrink wrap is not there to provide that much protection to the doors and drawers as much as it is just to hold them closed during transport. That cabinet is ready to go on the trailer. Alright, we're going to hardware this last cabinet. Ready for the trailer. It's a 3-drawer stack, so we've got to assemble 3 drawers. Basically, we've taken 2 cabinets, actually a 7-cabinet batch, and we've shown you parts and pieces of that 7-cabinet batch. We've taken those and about 30 minutes from beginning to completion. You can see how quickly the Zargan drawer system goes together. No screws involved. You have a finished drawer. Go to our second drawer. Again, we knock the drawer bottom in. It's your discretion on whether you drill it for hardware, surface hardware like hinges, or for knobs or pulls or any of that such. We choose not to do that at this point. As you can see, we've got a tall 9 1/8 inch side for the deepest drawer. You also have the option of using a shorter side and rails. This tall drawer back can also be used with a shorter side and rails to create a file drawer effect. In conclusion, you have just watched the True32 flow manufacturing system, where we've integrated flow manufacturing with 32mm systems. We're able to produce cabinets very quick with a very few amount of people.